The map of many mistakes. Arvid spent every afternoon in the workshop, tucked away where the air smelled like cedar and sawdust. He watched Elias, whose hands moved with the grace of a dancer, turning rough blocks of oak into smooth singing birds. Arvid wanted to create something just as beautiful. He wanted to build a boat that could carry his dreams across the pond. On Monday, Arvid took his first piece of pine. He grabbed the heavy saw and pulled it back and forth, imagining the sleek hull of a ship. But with a loud crack, the wood splintered. A jagged line ran right through the middle, ruining the shape he had planned. Arvid stared at the broken board, his heart sinking. "It's ruined," Arvid whispered. Elias walked over and picked up the splintered pine. He didn't look disappointed. Instead, he turned the wood over in the light. "Not ruined, Arvid," Elias said softly. "You just learned that this wood prefers a gentler touch. Every mistake is a lesson in disguise." On Tuesday, Arvid tried to join two boards together. He held a nail steady and swung the hammer with all his might. Bang! The hammer missed the nail and sounded his thumb instead. The nail bent into a useless silver hook, and Arvid let out a cry of frustration, shaking his throbbing hand. By Wednesday, the workshop felt like a room full of failures. There were split boards, bent nails, and lopsided joints everywhere. Arvid sat on the stool and looked at the mess. "I'm not a builder," he sighed. "I just make mistakes. I should just stop before I break everything else." Elias sat down across from him. He didn't tell Arvid to get back to work. Instead, he pulled out a small magnifying glass. "A mistake is a map, Arvid," Elias explained. "If you look closely, the bent nail tells you where you were too fast. The split word tells you where you were too strong. If you don't make mistakes, you'll never have a map to find your way." Arvid looked at the map on the floor. He realized the split wood looked a bit like a curved prow, and the bent nails could be used as hooks for the rigging. He began to organize his errors, no longer seeing them as trash, but as pieces of a puzzle he was finally starting to understand. He returned to the bench with a new kind of focus. He felt the grain of the wood before he cut. He tapped the nails with a rhythmic, steady beat. When things didn't fit perfectly, he didn't throw them away. He sanded them down, learning exactly how much pressure the cedar could take. Finally, the boat was finished. It wasn't the perfect, shiny ship Arvid had first imagined. It had scars where he had sanded too deep and a hull made of pieces that had once been mistakes. But as Elias placed a steady hand on his shoulder, Arvid saw that the boat was stronger and more unique because of its history. Arvid took the boat to the pond. He set it on the water and gave it a gentle nudge. The little ship bobbed, caught the breeze, and sailed straight across the blue. Arvid smiled, knowing that he hadn't just built a boat. He had learned how to turn every stumble into a step forward.